Are you all excited? We can ready up. I told them they're readying up. Alright, we are both on spectator. That's good. And it is 46. Everything's Gucci.
Here we go.
I'll quickly share it. You can start, scientists, if you want, or just quickly share the link on Discord.
Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new season of the Scientist Reverse Grid League. I'm Scientist, and I'm joined by the one and only Balax. How you doing, Balax?
Good evening, and we have heavy rain in Russia. That's what we like. Welcome
someone's
back.
been
Welcome back, all you nutcrackers. Season 4 is starting, finally.
Yep, someone's been working hard in the polonium factory. Heavy rain. And yeah, we've got a new season, a new grid, new cars, new game. And I don't know about you, Balax, but I'm
Some
excited.
new faces too. We have some new faces too.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see how it plays out with them.
So those unfamiliar with the format, it's a reverse grid. The finishing positions from race to race dictate the starting position for the next one. So, for example, whoever wins this race, for the next one will start at the back. Whoever finishes last will start on pole for the next one, and we carry that on for the entire season. So it's a bit like Formula 2, except we extend it down to the full grid. But for the first race of the season, we do one-shot qualifying, as it's only fair for the first race.
And the good news is, it's heavy rain at Russia, and they all have to do on the new game a one-shot qualifying and a 25% race in the full rain. That's what EINSTEIN League drivers deserve on a Friday night.
Yeah, this is Einstein League, I should say. We have Darwin League later on tonight and Newton Leagues on a Sunday. And yeah, this will be interesting. Well, guys, they'll have to check the weather for the race. It might be a dry race, so they might be doing a quali lap on a dry setup, Alex.
Yeah, and interesting to see that everyone is out on wets, but who is it? I think it's Wisburn. He's out on Inters, and right now he's in P2 with his lap time.
And that's just Stappen has spun it going round the left-handers. So, and I think we've got two drivers already have invalidated their laps. That's the two alphas, Chappie and Luke Beck.
We're on board with Wisburn right now on his Inters to see how he gets around the track, and he's switching around with Yutsikev for pole position, so the Inters seem to work for now, or Wisburn makes them work, because it's quite interesting to see that everybody on wets is out on track and only Wisburn on Inters trying something different, and he's making it work.
Yeah, bold choice from Wisburn, but he's obviously comfortable with the track conditions in these Inters, and it's looking pretty good for at least let's say a top three at the moment.
Yeah, Wisburn looking very solid, making these tires work. It's very tricky right now, but now the tricky section is coming up, the last sector where he needs the traction. Let's see if he can put the car and throttle down. Oh, almost lost the car there. Oh my god.
And Yutsikev is first over the line, so he'll start on pole. And he's he's actually a full second ahead of Wisburn, so that's a stunning lap from Yutsikev.
Yeah, we have both Alpines in row number 2, Rob and Walter B on P3 and P4. Very good result for them. Where do we have the green cars, the Aston Martins in P6 and P9, a new look on the grid. with the green car, something different this season. They're starting within the top 10.
And a home Grand Prix, you could say, for the two Haas drivers. So that's Instant Racer. Well, it's just the one Haas driver. Top 7 for Russia. That's not bad. So there's our grid for race number 1 of the season. Only, 3 drivers unable to set a time. So Chappie and Luke Beck, the two Alphas, starting at the back. And Corleone disqualified. So Luke Beck and Chappie maybe didn't want to take part in qualifying because they didn't even set a time.
Yeah, and Yutsikev is saying that we just can call him Kev on the stream, but I think we shouldn't do it. I think we should stick with Yutsikev just for absolutely no fucking reason. So
Just
whatever
Kev.
we
What
do,
about Just Kev?
whatever we
What
do.
about Just Kev? Let's compromise. Let's call him Just Kev.
Nah.
It's
Oh,
almost like
it's dry.
It's a
It's a dry
race.
race. Oh my god, these nutcrackers have some luck. Nah. You see them crash in the rain, but now we'll probably see a clean race. Yeah, let's see
We'll see what happens. Let's see how it happens at turn 1.
Yeah, what happens to turn 1 and what happens with all the penalties, because on the last game, penalties have been a crucial factor around here, especially with running over the curbs. And this year, the game is a little bit different when it comes to track limits and get a warning. So let's see what will happen here. Very interested to see.
Yeah, I would argue it's still pretty annoying, the track limits issue in this game compared to real life.
Russia itself is just annoying, so you can't do anything about it.
Okay,
as always, we have a formation
lap.
lap. Yeah, as always, and Yutsikev will lead the formation lap as he qualified on pole. Wisben P2, both Alpines P3 and P4. Dibizel in his McLaren in P5. Dean in P6. Then we have Instant Racer in his Haas in P7. Home race for him as he's in the Mazda spin car. Casto in P8, Eskimo P9. Your P10, just up in P11. Moshe, Geranium, Corleone, Not Look Back, and Chappie both in the Alfa Romeo P15 and 16.
So I'm quite surprised to see Castro in P8 because he's pretty quick. In fact, the two Red Bull drivers are pretty quick, so look for them to be making up positions at the start.
Yeah, maybe he's on TC off for the league races, and maybe he binned it a few times there at Russia. It's a tricky one. Yeah, we have a first call out here from Harvey saying Castro lap 1 bin. Yeah, I wouldn't put money against it, Harvey. So, yeah, you have my money on that. But we don't want to jinx anything.
Yeah.
Just hope for a possible clean race, some good racing, good overtakes. That would be beautiful.
So those who are maybe familiar with SRGL, Luke Beck is a new name to the league, so he's making his debut tonight. A lot of these guys raced in EINSTEIN last year. Some have moved over from other leagues.
Yep.
Jim Rainier moved from Darwin. Wisburn's moved from Newton. D-Bizzle's also moved from Darwin. So yeah, we've got a few guys that have decided to move to the earlier time slot or to the Friday, which is good to see. It mixes up the grid, which is nice.
Yeah.
And,
beautiful to see that people are keen to race and just want to switch leagues to prove themselves in different leagues on different evenings to see how good they are or how bad they are. But speaking of good and bad, we always come down to strategy, and that means we can watch the tire selection, and Rob is, together with Casto, the only one in the top 10 who selected the medium tire. Everyone else is on softs. Moshe and P12 on mediums and Not Look Back on mediums. Of course, when you start at the back, it's more logical to pick the harder compound and switch to the softer one as soon as the race progresses. But now we are forming up and watch the first race start of season 4 in the Scientist Race Grid League here at Russia, from Russia, with love or hate. We will see what happens. 4, 5 red lights. going out right now. And on
Oh,
my screen, the only one starting is D Bizzle, but now he's back in position, so Codemasters hasn't changed anything at all. Good to see. Same shit as always. Oh, and I see a
here we
Haas
go.
go down the middle with a very good start. It's instant racing from P7 to P5. Yutsikev with a good start. Oh, someone kissed the wall there. I think it was Wisburn who has Rob next to him. Side by side into turn 1. Rob taking P2. Very good one. Let's see if we have some carnage behind, but it looks quite good.
Oh, yellow
Nothing
flag.
too bad, and as we say, that
Eskimo's out.
Eskimo is out of the race
Oh,
already.
no.
One Aston Martin less on the grid. Horrible to
Oh, that's
see.
a shame.
It's really a shame. It seems like we have yellow flags, but no safety car.
No. Can't see what happened to Esco. I don't know if he got tagged or if he hit the wall, but yeah, first casualty of the league, I'm afraid. And Chappie's already up a few places from his starting position on those soft tires.
He
so
already gained 4. That's very good. D Bizzle with a very bad start. He lost 4 positions. Verstappen gained 3. Rob gained 1 at the front from P3 to P2. And Wispen and Walterby seem to be going at it. Nope. There's a little bit of a gap. Well, we have some cars here in the midfield. The Red Bulls.
The two Red Bulls, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
Bizzle's fun.
Castro touched the McLaren, I think. They were side by side behind each other. And Castro's very aggressive here, trying to make something work because, he's on the mediums. He needs to make them work, get them on temperature, gain an advantage here because everyone around him is on softs.
Corleone's had an incident at the back. Yeah, Corleone spun it.
He spun.
Sector 3.
Very
I think he's
unfortunate.
Going to pit. He's waiting for the pits to maybe... I don't know if he has damage or if he's... Oh, he nearly binned it in the entry.
So we have Chappie very close behind Moshe here. Only a few tens between them. Let's see if Chappie's going for an overtake in the infill here. Corleone in the pits. He might change his wing. He might have changed his wing. He's on mediums. Yeah, he probably changed his wing. He's on mediums now. No safety car or virtual safety car until this moment. We have yellow flags sector to Chappie.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, we didn't see that.
I was too busy watching Dacunia battling with Instant, but
At the beginning of Sector 2, and we have a virtual safety car right now. At the beginning of Sector 2, Chappie, DNF from the race. He's no longer in there. And that's a huge disappointment for Corleone, who was in the pits. And the safety car would have helped him here a lot, but with the virtual one, he's just staying a minute behind. That's horrible.
Nobody pitting. Oh, we've got Bizzle. No, Jim Ranium's pitting. I did wonder if one of these guys would maybe take advantage of the VSC
it's a long
Jim
virtual
Ranium's.
safety. Yeah, it's a long virtual safety car phase.
This might work out for Jim Ranium then. If he decides, he's getting a front wing change, so maybe that's why he's pitted.
Still good timing. Still good timing for him to do that because the virtual safety car phase is still there. That also means a huge danger in getting maybe a drive-through by not getting your delta on correctly.
Yep.
And now we're going, and let's see if we have any penalties. No penalties right now, so everybody behaved under the virtual safety car. That's very good to see. That means everybody learned from Season 3. That's
so, well, let's have... So, we've got a penalty for just stopping for a corner cut. So, Jusika has crucially broken the DRS gap to Rob. But Rob is now under threat from behind from Wisburn and his teammate Walterby. And Instant Racer is not too far behind that battle either.
And both Red Bulls are going at it again. Dacunia in P6, Verstappen P7, and we have Castro in P8, still on his mediums. It's a three-way battle here.
Which driver do you think Helmut Marko was favouring here? Verstappen or Castro?
I think Castor, because he's on mediums. On paper, he has the better strategy right now, but let's see
Multi
if they can
21
make
guys.
something happen here. And Verstappen already with a penalty. So Helmut Marko is a guy who's going by stats and numbers. So right now, I think he got Castor in favor.
Yeah. Mosher and Dewar, Linus Stern and the two Ferraris, they've had a very good start, I think. Mosher was...
Yeah,
both
both
these guys are
there.
outside the top 10. Oh, and we've got another yellow flag this time.
Yeah, and it's Germanium.
Germanium.
Yeah, he binned it. Let's see if he has front wing damage. No, doesn't seem like. So that's a blessing in disguise, let's say it like that. But he and Corleone are far back. Germanium 35 seconds behind P12. Corleone another 10 seconds behind Germanium.
Yeah. It is in their interest to keep going though, because points are paid down to P15. So
yeah,
if they finish the race, they might finish down towards the end, but they'll still get points.
Just get points, and another advantage of finishing in the back is you get a better position for the next race. So you can make that work for yourself. And it's very close here between P3, P4, and 5. Well, it's down from P2 to P5. Oh, that's a very close battle. Oh, that's very good. Yutsikev has already almost a 2-second gap. Yeah, he's gone. Setting the fastest lap. And now DRS is in play here, so let's see if Wishburn can make something work with the DRS on this long straight. Yeah, he's getting closer. He's getting closer. On the inside against Rob. Rob on the outside, pinched to the wall, but not in the wall. And Wishburn gaining the position up to P2 to his starting position, and the Alpines back to P3 and P4. And we have Instant Race and P5 who gained 2 positions at the start. And then we have another sexy battle behind with Dicunia, Verstappen and Casto still following each other in the slipstream. Some very nice battles here. But of course the spiciest one, P2 to P5, 4 cars within a second. It's great to see. Oh, Instant Racer trying to go on the outside against Walter. He's outbraking himself. Trying to do the switcheroo on the outside, not touching the curb. Very good. Oh, side by side. And he's trying to get the inside on the next lap. He's getting the inside, but does he make the... Oh, the overtake works. Slight touch. Instant Racer. Wispin into the pits. Wispin is pitting because he doesn't want Rob to overtake him. 3-second time penalty for Casto. Wispin and Ticunia both in the pits right now. And Walterby trying to attack his teammate with DRS and ERS. Making it work on the inside. Switching back to the line. Braking up to P2 for Walterby.
Just a lot of smoke coming out from the back of Whisper. That was a great battle there between those guys. Yeah, that was fantastic racing. And it's still going on between the two Alpine guys and the homeboy Instant Racer for his
and they
Mazarin powered Haas.
They have some good pace, and let's see where Wispin has come out on his mediums. He's got clean air right now.
Well, that might be crucial.
If he has a sexy outlap, he could gain 2 positions here on both the Alpines and be back in P2. But he has to nail his outlap, and he's using a lot of ERS, so that's his plan, the clear undercut. Let's see if he can make it work out here. Casto and Verstappen in the Red Bulls, both with penalties. So Helmut Marko is not very amused about that.
They're catching up to the back of the start.
Absolutely correct. They're getting closer. Oh, Instant Racer almost with a Spinella. And Walterby going into the pits. That means Rob is in a bad spot here. He can't pit. Oh, Walterby! Oh my God! Woo!
Did he clip the wall?
Oh my God! Whatever he did that was not healthy. Yutsikev also in the pits. Oh, that was unsafe release.
Unsafe release.
But
yeah.
the game is ruthless. So Yutsikev gained maybe a second here. So instant race now also in the pits.
Oh, Red Bull messed up for Verstappen. They put hards on instead of mediums.
No.
Or you should say Verstappen's maybe messed up by not selecting the correct tyre in the MFD. So he's on the hards now.
Yeah, and Wisburn has overtaken Walterby, and Wisburn is very close to Yutsikev. Look at that, 1.3 seconds only. He gained over a second.
Yeah, it was about 2.7, I think, when he pitted. So that's a brilliant outlet from Wisburn.
That was a good call, and he's 2 seconds ahead of Walterby. So he's not in his DRS. That was a very good strategy call by Wisburn. He's safe in P2 right now.
So we now have to switch to Rob and Castro to see how long they can take these mediums. And if they can... Yeah, because they'll be rapid at the end on the softs, won't they?
And they're both entering the last sector now. But Rob has started on mediums. So it's not a big issue for him to stay out. I just said it was a bad call, a bad strategy for him. But actually it wasn't. Because he's on mediums. He now has 6 laps on softs ahead of him.
And Rob's in.
Yeah.
And
Rob is in. Castro too.
They're both in.
Oh,
now Mosher stays out. So Mosher is going to be in the lead for the time being.
Yeah.
Luke Beck is in. And Yutsikev is...
He already
coming
pitted.
up to the pit end. He's
already
just
pitted,
coming up to the pit entry now.
He will be net P1, but P2 on track. So Rob and Castro both left the pit boxes. Oh, that's...
Yutsikev is past... He's past Rob and Castro.
And Walterby and Rob, that will be very close. Look at that. Rob only a few hundreds between. Oh my god!
Oh,
that was close.
The Haas covered off the red through,
the Haas
and Dacuna's through.
Oh my god! Look at that, and we have Castro in there too. Woo! Spicy they touch.
Instant. Dacuna undercut the Haas.
Oh my god.
So his outlet must have been absolutely blistering to undercut instant. And, that's one's really light there on cold tires.
Fucking hell.
So Mosher obviously will drop back after he makes his pit stop, but he'll be savouring this lead at the moment in the Scarlet Ferrari, his beloved Scarlet Ferrari, the pride of Ayrshire.
And the only one that is really laughing right now is Wisburn.
Yellow flag, sector 2. Where's that?
Uh-oh. It's a Ferrari.
Ferrari. It's Jure. The second Ferrari. So I jinxed Ferrari by talking about Mosher because Jure ended up in the wall and he's now under attack from Beck.
Look at that. P6, P7 and P8. Castro trying to make his way through there. That was an aggressive, a very aggressive attempt.
Oh, they touch. And they hit each other.
Yeah,
Castro and Dacuna. That was aggressive from Castro.
Dacuna wasn't happy with the first attempt by Castro. That was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
He just, I don't even know how to say that. He just bumped his car in there. I think Dacuna wasn't happy with that.
Castro under attack, Verstappen rather, under attack from D Bizzle. And D Bizzle with DRS, medium tires versus hard.
Dacuna out! Dacuna out! Dacuna's out of the race!
He's binned it. Or he's been.
Oh my god, he's in the wall. We have a safety car.
Was that an incident with Castro?
No, they didn't touch. They didn't touch.
Alright.
They didn't touch. Dacuna was a little bit behind. Maybe he lost it out of turn 2. Went over the curb too harsh. Probably on a drive through. Oh my god, what an eventful race!
And a disaster for Aston Martin, it has to be said. So the only Aston Martin left in the race is a safety car.
If there is an Aston Martin safety car, it could be the Mercedes.
It could be, that's right, yeah. Is the red one the Mercedes? I can't tell.
Yeah, the red one is the Mercedes, and the green one is the Aston Martin.
The green one's the Aston Martin. That makes sense, yeah. So...
Oh my god.
Are we going to see some of these guys going to the pits and...
Disqualified! Oopsie! Oh, we haven't seen that.
Wow, this isn't a race of attrition if ever there was one. He's going to be fuming, Corleone.
But it will be tricky to see who's pitting now. Yutsikev is not pitting.
Just Verstappen has to pit. Get off this get
Instant
off those
Racer's
white
pitting.
walled hard tires.
Instant Racer, the first one out of the
Soft.
top 5 who's pitting. Walterby also not pitting. Casto is on softs.
Gamble. Big
It is a
gamble
gamble.
to pit
It
at
is a
this
gamble.
late stage of the race.
It's a sprint race for the last 2 laps. There's no DRS.
Yep, Verstappen is.
Yeah, but
is
he's on
going into the
hard,
slots.
yeah. He's
he
on
has to
hard,
get
so he
off
has
them,
to. His race is fucked already.
This is going to shake up the order a little bit.
Yeah.
Marsha's going to gain a lot from this, and he's on softs. So, Rob is going to be clapping his hands, as you like to say, Alex, because he's got the fast rubber, and the full field's going to bunch up. Cast on softs, and then just stopping, coming out of the pits. Jure, nothing to lose really in his position. He comes out the pits, and
Scientist.
we've got
Instant Racer
penalties.
has pitted. He has pitted back to mediums, and he has a drive-through. And he has a drive-through.
Well, that's race effect. That's his race effectively ruined.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
Casto is in
He was shooting
P5
a
with a
lot.
6-second penalty. So Casto has the biggest disadvantage out of the top 10, because only Moshe and Verstappen with 3 seconds here. The rest without a single penalty. Instant Race, of course, his race is fucked. Yeah, no chance. It is what it is. Let's see what the safety car is now. We have a red safety car to Mercedes here, a Russia. But normally, I think we should have an Aston Martin. James Bond was here in his Aston Martin from Russia with love.
Well,
so
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's a disgrace to see a red Mercedes here.
yeah.
But sometimes we need a red car up front. We haven't seen that a lot of times.
If I remember correctly from that movie, Sean Connery wore a jetpack, and the guy that's got the jetpack at the moment will be Rob.
Oh yeah.
But is the safety car staying out for another lap? It looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the moment, you're in P12 will start on pole for the next race, based on the reverse grid rules.
Yeah, that will change. That will change with Instant Racer. Instant Racer.
That's definitely going to change.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got another pit. We've got someone else in the pit, Germanium. So
yeah,
maybe he has a penalty to serve.
He was already at the back, and he's just switching on to softs, I think, now. Maybe to get the fastest lap.
Yep,
to get an extra point. That could be something. Because he will finish in P11 with Instant Racer taking the drive-through. So P11, a few points, maybe the fastest lap, another point. He's thinking strategic here. But the tricky thing is now we have Yutsikev Wispen on mediums, Rob on softs. The only one together with Casto on softs in the top 5. And the safety car is very, very slow. So Yutsikev and Wispen have to warm up their tires heavily. Yes. And Rob has a big advantage here on softs. And Rob is quick. So let's see how quickly he can get past Wisburn and then maybe attack Yutsikev. But it's a very tricky situation, because if you're too eager, you can possibly bin it, and that's you don't.
And you can't rely waiting on the DRS, because we're not going to have DRS with this effectively 2 laps left.
Yeah, so it's all down to ERS. That's tricky.
It's gonna be whoever's bravest is going to win this race, and whoever can defend the best.
Yeah.
But
it's really, it's the Russian showdown.
Yes. Russian roulette, Ballux.
Yeah.
So, also a new feature for SRGL is Driver of the Day community vote. So everyone watching who has impressed you the most, either leave a comment on the stream, or for the members of the community, you can vote in the Discord for your Driver of the Day for the Russian Grand Prix. So that's a new feature for this season, and as opposed to the Codemasters Driver of the Day, this is your vote that matters, and whoever gets the most votes gets an extra point for the championship.
Right now, the Codemasters Driver of the Day will be not looked back, because he gained 7 positions. But with F1, you never know. And the safety car will come in on this lap. So we have 2 laps, a 2-lap sprint race here. And Yutsikev is making the pace right now. with his restart. Oh, Rob has taken a little nap here. Half a second behind Wisburn. He won't catch him on the long straight. And Walter is right behind his teammate. On Castor using all of his ERS. He will attack Walterby for sure. On board with Castor on the inside. Into turn 1. Walterby breaking very late. Castor getting the good line here. Clinching him on the curb. But he's making it work. Good overtake by Castor. Up to P4 with the penalty. And he has to drive this out. Rob with a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, instant racer spun. Spinala for the Haas. Spinala for the Haas in Russia. It was a coming together with Mosher. And, he's just binned it into the wall as well for good measure.
You're just fighting for it. You're spun. Yor has spun too. Yours going down the order, down to P11. Into race overtaken, but he has to do his drive through. So Castor and Rob now with penalties. Let's have a closer look. Castor with 3. Castor with 6. Rob with 3. And Rob is very close behind
Yor is out.
Yeah, Yor retired from the race. That means he will start also at the back for the next race.
And no points as well. So I think that's a rage DNF.
Yeah, I think Rob has to make everything work now to get Wispen and maybe hope for a spin or something. Because with 3-second time, he can't drive that out now. No chance.
Castor's line through the final corner is an interesting one. He basically runs off the track.
Very optimistic line, yeah.
I do wonder if he's not getting any penalties there.
Well, he already has 6, so I think he's got some warnings there.
Yeah, I like to call that the Alex Albon line. It's very apt since he's in a Red Bull.
A very solid race by Yutsikev, already out of the DRS. It's not coming into play here, but already good gap to Wisburn.
Oh, Mosher with a move on Verstappen. Oh, what a move by Mosher! He took Verstappen on the inside. Beautiful
that guy
move
off a surprise, man. And they both have a 3-second time penalty. Not look back now with a penalty too.
Yeah, look back is all over the back of the Bizzle.
Yeah.
In the Papaya McLaren.
Castor's getting close. Mosher with a penalty.
Got another penalty.
Woo. Spicy with last laps here. And Castor's very close behind Rob. Rob behind Wisburn. Taking the double slipstream. Yellow flags in sector 2. It's just stopping. Oh my god.
What a crazy race this has been. Oh, and that's Castor flying over the curves and he's under attack from Walterby.
A little bit of airtime here. And Rob is very close behind Wisburn. I think he won't attack him now. Because he's quite... Yeah, he's not really safe from behind because Walterby and D-Bizzle are there. Let's see where they all end up at the end of the race. But Yutsikev crossed the line.
That's a wide line.
First win here in the Scientist Rust Grid League Season 4.
Oh, Rob drops to P5.
Yeah, Walterby up to P3, D-Bizzle P4, Rob P5, Not Look Back P6, Castor down to P7, Germanium P8, Mosher P9, Verstappen P10, and Instant Racer. That's a tricky thing because he still has his drive-through.
He's going to get DQ'd, isn't he?
If he crosses the line, he could be DQ'd. Let's see what will happen.
I think he is.
I think he has to go into the pits. He's aiming for the pits. He's aiming. He has to do it. Otherwise, he gets disqualified, I think. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky.
Well, we'll find out in the classified order, I guess.
That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one.
What an eventful race for the Russian.
Yeah, Not Look Back, the driver of the day for Codemasters.
Yeah, I saw Jim Ranium coming across the line in P8 there at the end, and that's a pretty impressive recovery after spinning earlier on and getting front wind damage a lot. So good drive from Jim Ranium.
Impressive drive. Impressive drive by Yutsikev, getting P1 in quali, getting P1 in the race. I think we haven't taken a look at the fastest laps, but I think he's up there too, so that means 26 points.
I think it was one of the Red Bulls. Oh no, it was Yutsikev. So 26 points goes to the Merc. Instant Racer was classified So he wasn't disqualified, surprisingly.
Good to see.
But he gets the points and will start on pole for the next race.
Yeah. So can you take the screenshot
France,
for the next race, so I can make the grid?
Sure thing.
Beautiful.
Yep. Let me just get the second half of that.
So we're gonna pause the stream now for like 5 minutes, and we're back with our second race at Paul Ricard in beautiful France. See you in a few minutes, boys.